Want to know if your Finnish skills are improving and what your real learning level is? Get your language skills assessed with our free level assessment test. Just click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get assessed.
Welcome to FinishPod101.com's Suomea 3 minuutissa, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Finnish. Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hauska tutustua. Hi, I'm Paula. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Finnish expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Finnish. So let's get started. We'll first see how Finnish people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hauska tutustua. Hi, I'm Paula. Nice to meet you. Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hauska tutustua. Let's go through this. Start by saying, Hei, minun nimeni on. Then say your name. Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Finally say, Hauska tutustua. Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hauska tutustua. And now let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Hyvää päivää. Minun nimeni on Paula Laamanen. Hauska tutustua. Good day. My name is Paula Laamanen. Nice to meet you. Hyvää päivää. Minun nimeni on Paula Laamanen. Hauska tutustua. So what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Hei has been substituted with the formal greeting hyvää päivää, Finnish for good day. Minun nimeni on Paula has not been changed. In both cases, minun nimeni on means my name is. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name, so I said Paula Laamanen. Here you would say your full name. Finally, hauska tutustua is the same for both. This phrase means nice to meet you. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Finnish is Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hauska tutustua. You can make it more formal by saying Hyvää päivää. Minun nimeni on Paula Laamanen. Hauska tutustua. Now it's time for Paula's points. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands and use Hauska tutustua after saying your name. If you're concerned about politeness, even hei is polite enough in the Finnish business world. In fact, if you speak too formally, people will think you sound unnatural. In Finland, simple is best. That's it for this lesson. Do you know how we say thank you in Finnish? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next Suomea 3 minuutissa lesson. Nähdään pian! Hey, minun nimeni on Paula. Hi everybody, I'm Paula. Welcome to FinishPod101.com's Suomea 3 minuutissa, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Finnish. In the last lesson, we learned how to thank people by saying kiitos. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Finland. Ready? Let's get started. The most used informal greeting is Hei. Hei. Hei means hi or hello. We use it when we meet people, friends, relatives, and even people we don't know. We used this phrase in lesson 1. Do you remember? Do you also remember what the formal way of greeting people is? Hyvää päivää. Hyvää päivää. Literally, hyvää päivää means good day. As a rule of thumb, we can use hyvää päivää only during the daytime, from midday until early evening. During the evening we say hyvää iltaa. Hyvää iltaa. Ilta is Finnish for evening, so hyvää iltaa means good evening. Hyvää päivää and hyvää iltaa are used when we meet someone, but when we leave we don't say these greetings again. Instead, when leaving in a formal situation, Finnish people say näkemiin. Näkemiin. Näkemiin means goodbye. In informal situations, you can just say hei hei. Hei hei. Finally, in Finnish we have an expression meaning see you soon, which can be either formal or informal. Nähdään pian. Nähdään pian. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Finnish. Let's review them all again. When greeting someone in an informal situation, hei. When greeting someone in a formal situation, hyvää päivää or hyvää iltaa. When leaving in a formal situation, näkemiin. When leaving in an informal situation, hei hei. When leaving, no matter whether it's a formal or informal situation, nähdään pian. It's easy, right? Now it's time for Paula's points. In formal situations, Finnish people commonly greet each other by shaking hands. But if we meet someone we are very friendly with, we hug each other. Don't be afraid to do it with your Finnish friends. It's normal. In the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase, puhutko englantia? Do you already know it? I'll tell you all about it in the next Suomea 3 minuutissa lesson. Nähdään pian!
Did you take your free level assessment yet? Here's an extra bonus resource you'll get when you take the assessment. When you receive your result and learning level, you also unlock a free language course for your specific level, so you can start learning and level up your language skills. Just click the link in the description to get access.
Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hi, my name is Paula. Welcome to FinishPod101.com's Suomea 3 minuutissa, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Finnish. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Finnish. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Finnish, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Puhutko sinä englantia? Puhutko sinä englantia? In Finnish, verbs change depending on the pronoun that is used. This verb, puhua, is conjugated to the second person singular, puhut. Ko is a suffix used to make it a question. It is similar to the English word do here. Puhut refers to sinä, which is the informal way to say you. And I'm sure you recognize englantia as English. Puhutko sinä englantia? To learn how to properly conjugate Finnish verbs like puhua, please look at our Absolute Beginner series on FinishPod101.com. There you'll find several detailed grammar lessons. We're now going to make this sentence formal. First, we need to use the formal version of you, which is te. If we change the word for you, we will conjugate puhua differently. It becomes puhutte. Everything else stays the same. Puhutteko te englantia? Puhutteko te englantia? Adding anteeksi, excuse me, makes the sentence even more polite. Anteeksi, puhutteko te englantia? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Kyllä. Yes. Kyllä. Vähän. A little. Vähän. Ei, en puhu englantia. No, I don't speak English. Ei, en puhu englantia. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say ei first, then en before the verb, puhu, and englantia after it. Notice also that the verb puhu is slightly different than puhutte. Remember, the verb changes depending on the pronoun used. We are now talking about minä, Finnish for I, so I do not speak is minä en puhu. The negative verb is also slightly different than the affirmative one. Now it's time for Paula's points. For those of you who speak languages other than English, this question still works. Just substitute englantia with a different language. Here are some examples. Italia is Italian, Venäjä is Russian, Espanja is Spanish, and Saksa is German. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression anteeksi. But did you know that this could also be used as an apology? In the next lesson, we will learn this and other ways to apologize in Finnish. I'll see you in our next Suomea 3 minuutissa lesson. Nähdään pian! Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hi everybody, I'm Paula. Welcome to FinishPod101.com's Suomea 3 minuutissa, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Finnish. This lesson will be all about numerot. That's right, numbers. First we'll learn the numbers from 1 to 10. They are not difficult at all and it will only take 3 minutes. Vain 3 minuuttia. Are you ready? Let's start. 1. 1. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great job! If you're wondering what comes before 1, it is similar to the English words nil or null. It's nolla. Nolla. Easy to remember, right? Now there's no need to panic if your new Finnish friend asks for your cell phone number. Let's practice how you would say it. We'll use the phrase minun numeroni on, which means my number is. Minun numeroni on. Minun numeroni on 050 291 4728. Can you read it by yourself? Nolla, viisi, nolla, 2, 9, 1, 4, 7, 2, 8. Perfect! Now it's time for Paula's points. Finns love to make words shorter. When counting quickly, the numbers can easily turn to less than half of the length they really are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. There is no need for you to use these, but now you won't get confused if you start hearing numbers you've never heard before. Do you know the Finnish word for 100? It's almost the same as the verb sata, to rain. In the next lesson, we are going to learn the numbers from 11 to 100 in Finnish. Before jumping there, be sure to practice the numbers we learned in this lesson from 1 to 10. Nähdään ensi kerralla. Hei, minun nimeni on Paula. Hi everybody, I'm Paula. Welcome to FinishPod101.com's Suomea 3 minuutissa, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Finnish. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Finnish. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to properly thank people. Are you ready? Then let's start. There are several ways to thank someone, but let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Kiitos. Kiitos. Kiitos means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add the word paljon. Kiitos paljon. Kiitos paljon. Paljon means a lot, so kiitos paljon is just like saying thank you very much. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be formal or informal. Kiitos will work in both situations, so don't worry. But how do you reply to thank you in Finnish? It's easy. There are basically 2 ways to do it. The first is ole hyvä. Ole hyvä. Ole hyvä literally means be good, and it's commonly used to reply to thank you, especially when someone thanks you for giving them something. The other way to say you're welcome is the expression ei se mitään. Ei se mitään. Literally, this phrase means nothing or never mind. You use this when you think that there's no need to be thanked, so it's like saying, don't mention it. So when someone says kiitos to you, you can simply reply with ole hyvä or ei se mitään. Now it's time for Paula's points. If you're not sure about whether to use kiitos or kiitos paljon, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Kiitos can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. Do you know what näkemiin means? In our next Suomea 3 minuutissa lesson, you'll learn this and other greetings in Finnish. Nähdään pian!
Now that you're finished with this lesson, want to know if your Finnish skills have improved? Take our free assessment test to assess your language, discover your true learning level, and get free access to a language course for your specific level. An easy-to-follow course where you learn the real language, the everyday conversations that you'll soon have, and absorb these practical conversations just by listening along, with quick audio and video lessons from real teachers. So click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get assessed.